Hey there, guys. So, another hard topic of discussion for the day. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Syrian refugee crisis. Now, of course, we've all seen the pictures that were in the newspapers and on the news of that poor young man, little boy, and his father who was trying to get them to come to North America. Anyway, my opinion is this. I hear a lot of people going on about how the government needs to be doing more for the homeless in our society and, taking on a certain number of their population is irresponsible. Or that we're somehow diverting resources and attention that should otherwise be put in other places. I get where those people are coming from. And it's not just in one country. It's not just America or Canada or Australia. It's all over the place that this is happening. And personally, I think it's really between a rock and a hard place. I agree and I disagree. I agree that sure, those resources could be allocated into other avenues. They could be used in other ways. But these people in Syria, they do need our help. It's not a joke. I watch Vice, for those of you who might watch Vice. I know a lot of people do. And I've been watching the Escape or Die and all of this stuff about these boats that'll sink and the sheer extent that they're trying to go to escape their homeland. And we are shutting them out and we are saying we don't want you. I don't understand. I don't think that we are doing quite enough. But honestly, I feel like if money was in the place it was supposed to be from Jump Street, then we wouldn't have most of these problems that we're dealing with now. We wouldn't have homelessness. But no, we have the same problem that we always have and we always are going to have till we smarten the fuck up. We have greedy politicians and we are blind to the fact that their hands are in our pockets and we're being robbed blind. It's not a fucking joke. I'm not trying to be comedic about it in any way, shape, or form. They are stealing from us and we are doing nothing about it. We are like the punkest white person in any urban neighborhood. We just got our phone taken, our wallet, and our girlfriend, and we ain't doing shit. Come on, folks. We need to stand the fuck up. We need to set a president and say, you know what? We're not going to stand for this shit. Our tax dollars are spent on most of these services, and half of them are used against us as a people. The police get paid to do what? Drive around, harass kids, shoot a kid because he's going to go pick up a bag of Skittles in Arizona. Fuck with a guy because he's smoking a cigarette right outside his own house. Come on, give me a fucking break. And I don't know, it's frustrating to a point where I don't see that many people stepping up. I'm hearing all about this Black Lives Matter movement and this and that. I agree with it, but I think that people are all missing the fucking point. It ain't about black lives or white lives or Hispanic lives it's about rich lives, poor lives. And that's what we really need to get here. It's how much they say our lives are worth to them. And I personally don't agree with that. I personally am not going to let that decide my value and my worth. So, I guess what I'm trying to say here is we need to stop running around not taking care of business at home and then trying to go abroad and tell them that we have their solution and getting involved in these endless conflicts that seem to occur. Over what? Over what all we ever get is more dead bodies and more money spent. And politicians giving themselves a big old jerk on the cock because they think that they're somehow bettering us by going there and taking that nations and creating a whole new onslaught of enemies, half of which people aren't even sure are real. at the end of the day, I'm looking at the evidence in front of me, and I'm seeing too much to really refute. As some of my viewers may know, I was, prior to my incident, looking at military service. I was all but there, and I was interrupted. But currently, I'm looking at this situation, and what I'm seeing through my own two eyes is ridiculous. I mean, our tax dollars are going into all of these fucking services. And what's happening? What is our government doing with our money? They're funding militia groups to take down enemies in other countries that we have, so that they can have some sort of puppet-esque control and play Geppetto, pulling the international strings. And it's that fucking mentality that makes us so hated abroad. I mean, Americans, they've never had a great reputation. Canadians used to have a reputation before Stephen Harper. Aussies, I don't know what happened to you. You all used to be the nicest, most laid-back, chill people, even though you came from a colony of criminals. And somehow you've turned into the most conservative, anti-immigration, anti-this, anti-that anyone's ever seen. And I don't know, shit's just looking a little crazy to me right now, because when you don't know who's in control and you don't know who's really calling the shots, how are you supposed to have any faith in the system? Because there's a lot of things that haven't been made too clear by the powers that be about what we're doing in Syria right now, about why our police are going all crazy. And honestly, I think they're trying to incite some sort of race war. That's what I think. I think they're trying to fuck with the black community enough that the black community sees this as a black versus white thing, when really it's a rich versus poor thing. And let's face it, our numbers would be way bigger if we worked together in that sense. But instead, we're letting the government divide us and conquer us again and again. We need to learn our lesson here, folks. But in the meantime, ciao, have a good day. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and I will see y'all later.